Hi everyone, I'm Casey Williams. I like the little Fiat 500 city car. I think it's really cute, it's a lot of fun to drive, the styling's neat. I like how they paint the inside of the dash panels to match the exterior. It really is a cool little car. But it has some downsides. One, it's really small. It has a back seat, but it's really just a place to put your book bag. Two people really are all you're getting in that car any distance whatsoever. It's just limited. 2 doors, small hatchback. It's really not what you need for a family. And Fiat has heard that, and they make a little bit bigger Fiat 500 called the 500X. It's a bigger 4-door crossover, it's got all-wheel drive, still urban friendly, but it's a car you can actually get on the road with, and you can do some very light off-roading if you want to. Let's go take a look at the 500X. Well, you'd be really hard-pressed to tell that it shares architecture and assembly space with the Jeep Renegade, just by looking at it. I mean, look at the front of it. It looks like a traditional 500. The big round headlamps, the badge and whiskers here in the grille. Again, you absolutely know it's a 500. And it's really only when you come around to the side of the car that you really start getting the perspective of how much larger it is. Nice 4 doors, 17-inch alloy wheels, a little bit increased ride height so you can do a little bit of light off-roading, clear some snow. Like I said, you can get all-wheel drive on it, so it can actually legitimately get through the snow. But you get the 4 doors, but when you see it, even from the side profile, it still looks like a 500. The way the roof is formed, kind of the bustle back here, tail lamps, you know it's a 500. But it's just a little more family friendly, just a little more practical, a little more usable. You come around the back, looks very Italian. Little chrome exhaust tip, big tail lamps, I like that in the chrome. I think it's very nice, very upscale. And here's where you really notice the difference. You actually, with the back seats down, have quite a bit of storage space. 2 people can get in the back. I wouldn't recommend riding in the back of this thing across the country. 2 kids definitely could, 2 adults can get in to go to lunch, get across town. More storage underneath the floor. But really a pretty practical car for the size of it. Base models of the 500X come with a small turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. But ours comes with a 2.4 liter normally aspirated engine. It delivers 180 horsepower, 175 pound-feet of torque, and routes to the all-wheel drive system through a 9-speed automatic transmission. For fuel economy ratings, get 21 miles per gallon in the city, 30 miles per gallon on the highway. That's not too bad for a vehicle with all-wheel drive. Again, you're not going to buy this thing if you're trying to compete with the Prius, but for a small crossover with all-wheel drive, it's fairly decent. 175 pound-feet of torque gives you enough power off the line. It moves, no problem there. But when you really step on the throttle, you're really trying to get on the interstate, you'll realize that it's a relatively heavy little car, and it is driving the all-wheel drive system. So you gotta get on it hard to get on the freeway. But outside of that, it's a very heavy feeling car. The steering feels heavy, the chassis feels solid, and you feel very safe inside of it. Well, I think the designers did a really good job of creating a nice, comfortable crossover interior, but keeping a lot of the traditional design cues from the 500. And some of the traditional design cues, like the painted panels on the dashboard, they look really good. It's a body color, looks nice. But making it a little more comfortable, a little more practical. You know, the cloth seats, you can get heated leather seats in the 500X, but these will be great with kids. They're great if you get a little bit of water in here and do a lot of outdoor activities. And they're dark, so I think they'll look good too. And a lot of the things, you know, this is padded. A lot of cars in this class of car, not a lot of hard plastic and a lot of cheap materials inside the car. This feels very upscale. This is all padded, doors are padded, some faux carbon fiber look on the center console, same on the doors. I think that looks very nice as well. Some of the practical features, you get twin glove compartments, an upper one and a small lower one. You got big storage cubbies in both of the doors. You can get a bottle in them, deep cup holders here, you've got storage here for keys. Again, very practical. The infotainment system. This has a simplified version of Chrysler's Uconnect system, but it's very easy to use. You got radio, media, navigation, phone. You press the button, it goes right to that screen. This one, if you want to pair the phone, you can do that. Radio, media players connect there. Again, very easy to use. You use the touch screen here. You can use. It's got a proper volume and tuning knob, which I think is fantastic. You also can control it by voice. And connections, you can do Bluetooth. You got USB or an auxiliary jack down below. So a lot of ways to use the system. We don't have automatic climate control, but big knobs, easy to use. Big digital speedometer that I like. So again, I think it's just a very practical, easy to use vehicle. And one last thing we'll talk about. You can actually control the all-wheel drive system for road, for off-roading, and for different conditions here. That's a feature that's kind of taken out of the Jeep. I think it's a nice thing that they've added here and kept that. So again, it's not a huge interior. You know, 4 people is all you're going to get in here, and your best if it's 2 adults and a couple of kids. But it is certainly a much larger, more practical vehicle than the 500, little 500. Well, if there's a benefit of Fiat and Chrysler being together, it's the 500X. It's got the same lovable looks as the little 500 has, almost forever. But it's got just enough size, enough off-road capability, enough interior comfort to be a lot more practical. And it comes with a really decent price. Base price is just $20,000. This one has equipped $27,430. And again, with all-wheel drive and the features on this car, that's a fairly reasonable price. Well, next week we'll have another fun car. And until then, storm forward.